All right. Hey, welcome, everybody. Good to be with you again today. Excited to share some thoughts with you that I hope will get you unstuck and encouraged in your journey and focused perhaps as well to make great progress in whatever it is that you desire to make progress in. If you're anything like me, I started to write down some things that are big focus items for me right now. And as I wrote these things down, I was like, holy cow, no wonder I'm going to be teaching on this because I need it myself so desperately. So right now, I'm working on a new book, Book Funnel Secrets. Creating a new chapter every week with Matt. Many of you know Matt. Matt is my lead author coach. And I'm going through the exact process that many of my clients or those of my clients that we're doing a book for will go through. And it's fantastic and I love it, but I'm doing a new book. Besides the book, I'm also gathering data for the book. So I'm doing podcast interviews with many people from Russell Brunson's inner circle who are running very successful book funnels and anybody else that's running a successful book funnel. So I have multiple interviews a week that I'm doing. I have a new speaker offer with Amy Dix, who many of you that are my clients know Amy. She is the founder of Authority Speakers Agency, and that speaker offer is going fantastic. I'm doing a crazy new bestseller publishing offer where I'm going to guarantee that our authors, at least those that join this particular program, if they're qualified, will make $100,000 from their book and this program, guaranteed. What a crazy offer that's going to be. Some of you may be interested in that. And so I'm going to be testing new ads on it. I've got to get that created. I'm leaving for Russell Brunson's Inner Circle Mastermind on Monday, so I want to get all that up and running before this weekend. I'm creating a new workshop funnel. This is going to be a paid funnel. Steve and I have been working hard on that, and we're planning on starting traffic on that on Monday. So the funnel needs to be completed. I have new ads for that funnel, new ads for the speaker offer, new ads for the crazy new BSP 100K offer that I'm going to be doing. I talked to Russell Brunson the other day, and he actually came up with an idea, and I was like, I jumped at it. So I'm actually doing another new book with him. We're going to partner on it. He's going to do half. I'm going to do half. And we're actually maybe even building something from that for the marketplace. On top of all of that stuff, I know, right, Dr. Tiana, all this stuff I'm doing, these are the big projects, right? And, you know, I got my whiteboard over there that you might be able to see just filled up with stuff that I need to work on. Besides all of that, I had fraud on my business credit card on, of all dates, March 31st. I almost ignored it because I knew that if I called the bank and I told them about this fraud, that they were going to cancel my business card, and everything is connected to my business card. And April 1st, the very next day, I had all these charges come through, but I was like, oh man, it's my business account. I've got tons of cash that rolls through there. So I had to cancel the card. Now I got all these people saying, hey, you know, what's going on your card? And I haven't gotten the new Wells Fargo card back. So I've had to switch everything from that to my Amex card. And then I'm going to have to switch it back. Like you, I just got a lot going on. And I have all of these are the big projects, the exciting projects. That doesn't count all the things that I have to do on a regular basis as, you know, founder of Bestseller Publishing and, you know, podcast host and, you know, someone that's creating stuff. I don't say that to say that I'm busier than you. I just think that as entrepreneurs, we're busy people. We get excited about things. We get ideas and we want to dive in. We want to move on that idea. We want to take advantage of the momentum that we feel. And sometimes we overwhelm ourselves, and sometimes we stop making progress because we don't have the right mentality. So that's what I want to take a few minutes with you today and talk about. I want to talk about having the right mentality when you're starting a new project, when you're trying something new, when you're writing a book, when you're creating ads for the first time, when you're testing a new offer, whenever, and you fill in your own blank about those things, right? I have my things. I just gave you some of those. You have your things. They're different, but they're just as demanding. They're just as challenging. So I'm going to share my screen for those of you that are watching on YouTube or on video or on Zoom right now. For those of you that are not, don't worry about it. I will share each and every one of these items specifically. I just like the whiteboard and I like writing. So let me go ahead and share it. Let's make sure that everybody can see it. I'm going to move my camera over here so that I can lean my board down and share my thoughts with you guys. Okay. So when you are attacking a new project, you're trying something new, you're taking on something new, and obviously it could be writing a book, it could be testing new ads, it could be testing a new offer, it could be building an entire new arm of your business, it could be starting a consulting or coaching business or whatever. So I want to talk to you about getting unstuck when it comes to those things. And I want to give you 5 things in particular that I hope can help you to get unstuck and to have the right mentality when you're approaching something new. Number 1, try to, and I know you're entrepreneurs, so this isn't easy, but try to start small and have the mentality of testing. Try to start small and have the attitude of testing. You know, I haven't always done things right as a parent. Those of you that are parents, I'm sure you feel that way yourself. One thing that I have always tried to tell my kids is that, hey, look, I have tried so many things in my life. I've founded several different businesses, and here I am. I'm 57, and bestseller publishing now has been ongoing for over 10 years, approaching its 11th year. And it's gone great, and I'm super thrilled with it. I love what I'm doing. And I'm 57, right? Bestseller publishing started at 47. I said, look, don't be afraid. Don't think of whatever you're doing right now at 21 or 25 or 30 as failure. You are testing. You are trying new things. You may go through several iterations in your life before you find something that you absolutely love when it comes to career, etc. In the same way, if you're trying a new ad, if you're testing a new offer, if you're writing a book and you're working on a chapter, don't get all frustrated to the point of wanting to quit or give up or anger, simply because it isn't flowing the way you want it to flow. You're testing new material. You're testing something new. Start small, take baby steps, and embrace the fact that it probably isn't going to be perfect on the first iteration. If you approach it that way, then you are going to have a much better mentality when you are stuck, when you feel like you're not making the progress that you desire to make in any of the things that you're working on. That's number 1. Number 2 is be patient. Something that I am terrible at, but be patient, especially with yourself. That is oftentimes for entrepreneurs the biggest place where we lack patience. We feel like we should be further along. We feel like we should be doing better. Be patient with yourself. If you're learning a new skill, if you're attempting to do something that you haven't done before, if you're trying to figure something out, I speak to clients, and it's kind of humorous sometimes, because they'll be, in essence, creating a brand new business, like an entirely new offer and business off of a book, and they feel like they should be so much further along in that. And I'm like, people take years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years to establish a great business. You're attempting to write a book in a brand new space, start a coaching or consulting business and you're trying to do it all in a year or two, be patient with yourself. It may not happen as fast as you want it to happen, but if you are making small, methodical progress, you're testing things, you're trying, maybe some aren't working as well as you would like, but be patient. As long as you continue, you will succeed in your endeavor, or you'll find out where it is that you're not succeeding and you'll make those kinds of adjustments. Number 3, when it comes to really making progress, we need to always think in terms of building a system in our business, a system that creates regular work, regular results, a system for regular work, putting in, sowing, and expecting great results, reaping. So there has to be a system. I talk to my clients, if you want speaking engagements, and right now you have a flood of opportunities in speaking engagements, just understand that when this flood dissipates, when you go through all of these speaking engagements, if you weren't sowing for the next round of speaking engagements, then you probably aren't going to reap speaking engagements when you're done with all of these ones that you're doing right now. This is the biggest mistake that I always saw people in the real estate business make. When I owned a real estate company, and I started in real estate when I was 18. So I saw this firsthand, both in my life as well as in the lives of the people that I worked with, is realtors would get really busy. They sell 1 or 2, 3 homes. They list 1 or 2 or 3 homes. And then all of those are pending. They're closing. They make a ton of money and then nothing. Crickets. Because there was no system with a regular sowing, so there could be a regular reaping. So whatever it is, this is the one reason that I love paid traffic and paid advertising. No matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, I know that my ads are out there meeting new people, putting people into my webinar presentation, putting people into my book funnels, introducing people to me and to bestseller publishing. Is it the cheapest way to do it? No, of course it's not. But if you can figure that out, you can create a system. Now, it doesn't have to be anything with paid advertising. It could be a system built around speaking engagements. It could be a system built around, direct messaging people, cold emailing people. There are only 100 plus different ways in every single silo of speaking, lead gen, PR and media, et cetera. But you need a system of sowing so that you can reap when the time comes. Number 4. So when you're stuck, think in terms of, where is the system not working? Or is there a system that's in place? And if there's not, I need to build a system. Number four, intake controls output. Intake controls output. Most of us understand this. What we eat, you are what you eat, right? The old adage. What you listen to will affect how much you learn and what your knowledge is. What you watch on television will affect your mood, will affect your mentality, will affect your framework, right? Your positivity versus negativity. We understand that with what we eat, what we consume, what we watch, etc. Well, the same is true when it comes to your business. If you are stuck in something new that you're attempting, working all the things that I mentioned, writing a book, trying a new ad campaign, testing stuff on TikTok. I didn't mention that, right? We do Facebook, we do Instagram, we do YouTube. Now we're testing ads on TikTok, right? Okay. So whatever you're doing, the first thing you need to think about is, okay, what do I know about this? And how can I intake information about this? Or if you have a system where you have a business where there are people in charge of these elements, then get that input to them so that a great output can be produced, right? This is nothing more than making sure that we're learning and we're not just, walking in the dark. As much as possible, we want to shine a light on whatever it is that we're stuck on. We want to learn about it. We want to, if you have health issues, you want to learn about health. You want to learn about intake. You want to learn about nutrition. You want to learn about fitness. The same is true when it comes to any other part of your life, your business, your writing, etc. That's number 4. Number 5 is the unofficial slogan of the Marine Corps, and that is, we're going to improvise, we are going to adapt, and we are going to overcome. This is an attitude. This is a mentality. This became the unofficial slogan of the Marine Corps because when the Marine Corps started, they were the smallest branch of the military. I don't know if they are now relative to the other branches, but they were greatly underfunded compared to the Army or the Navy. And so they took on the attitude and the mentality that we are going to do more with less. We are going to take the little that we got and we're going to improvise, we're going to adapt, and we're going to overcome. We're going to do more with less than anybody else, right? It's never about funding. Oftentimes, my sales team, my author coaches will get on a call and we'll hear, well, I just don't have funding, or I don't have money, I don't have resources. It is never about the money. I try to let them know that, and I try to let the person know that, but this is wherever they happen to be in their mentality. It is not about the resources. It is always about your resourcefulness. That is what it's about. Because you know what, to be honest, you can, when it comes to a book, you can raise money. You can sell chapters within your book, not even chapters. You can sell an index area with sponsors in the back of your book. I've taught on that, where you can raise $18,000 to $20,000. I did a whole class on how you can use Kickstarter to raise money for your book. And I had a client that raised over $50,000, more than enough to fund her book and everything else she wanted to do in her business. Why were they successful and others not? Because they were resourceful, not because they had the resources. They didn't. So we need to have an attitude of improvise, adapt, and overcome. We need to find a way. If you don't have everything that you need and you're stuck in something, then you need to have that mentality and that attitude. Like, okay, I'm going to do more with less than anybody else. I don't have what I need, but I'm going to take what I have. I'm going to improvise. I'm going to adapt. I'm going to overcome. Okay. So if you're stuck, if you're challenged, if you have a list like I do of big projects, then think in terms on each of those projects. Number 1, start small, have an attitude of testing. Number 2, be patient, particularly with yourself. Okay. You don't know everything. Number 3, build a system of sowing to reap. Okay. Your system always needs to be working for you. And so if something is stuck, figure out, can I build a system around this so that I can be unstuck? Number 4, your intake equals your output. And number 5, improvise, adapt, and overcome. That is a great attitude and spirit to have whenever you are stuck. Okay. I hope that is helpful to you. For those of you that are on live, we'll go ahead and open it up in just a second for questions, but I hope these 5 things will keep you in the right mentality and keep you unstuck whenever you do face challenges, because you and I are entrepreneurs and we will always face challenges. All right. Let me stop my share of my screen. Unless you guys want me to keep it up there, I'm happy to keep it up there. I don't know if I have any questions with this stuff, but if you do, now is the time to ask, or anything else. James says underachiever. That's funny. Build a system is great advice. Consistently sowing so you can consistently reap. So let me tell you, I believe that, and I shared that about like advertising, about speaking, anything that you want in your business. There has to be a systematic sowing so there can be a systematic reaping. That's period. But you know what? That's true if you want stuff built in your business as well, James. Like for me, I'm always testing new ideas, new sales pages, new landing pages, new offers, all kinds of stuff. And so I started developing a system because I was stuck with like, I'm the guy that has to write all the copy. I'm the guy that has to talk through the ins and outs of the various flow of the funnel and all that stuff. So I started building out a system of people within my company that will do different elements of these. And that has massively helped me to like move these things forward. I mean, the reason that I can have a speaker offer going, a new BSP offer, a new workshop that we're going to be launching, new TikTok ads, new ads for all of these offers is because I actually have people that are in these various silos helping me along with it, it doesn't all fall on me. So hopefully that is helpful. Not about resources, it's about resourcefulness. Yes. Albie, is the Kickstarter lesson on the BSPU archives? It is, Albie, and it is available for you. Also, what would be a realistic budget, not low ball, but also not highest spend for starting paid ads? So I would, I'd start paid ads, Albie, with a power offer, like I showed you last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. And I would start with no more than, like try $100 a day, something like that, and run it for 3 to 5 days. You should, after 500 hours of spend, you should be able to see everything that's going on, even faster than that, right? If you spend $100 and no one has opted in and no one has, not maybe filled an application, but if you have an opt-in, just name an email, then there's something wrong. You can stop it right there. So with just a few $100, you can see what's going on. Alicia says, love you, Rob, and wonderful Bob too. Thank you, Alicia. Bob is right there on the chair behind me. He is my constant companion. I don't know what I would do without him. I love that dog. Joy says, the United States Marine slogan is excellent. We need to consistently remember that. Thank you. Yes, I love the Marine Corps slogan. I love that idea of improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? It's about resourcefulness. It really is. It's not about resources. Depending on what you believe the prize to be, you will move heaven and earth to attain that prize, even if you don't have the resources handy to do it. So these are all the thoughts around getting unstuck. This was stuff that honestly spoke to me, to help me. And I thought, okay, well, this will help you guys as well. James says, what is a power offer? So a few weeks ago, James, I had Joel Irway come in, and Joel shared the power offer strategy, which is basically where you call out the top 3 to 6% of your market that's ready to buy right now. And it's Joel did a whole training on it. It's probably should be in the BSP archives at this point. If not, then I'll make sure and get you guys linked to it. But basically, it's a Facebook ad that says that speaks directly to your ideal clients. So for me, it might say coaches, consultants, and business owners. How would you like it if I, guaranteed that you would become a best-selling author on the Wall Street Journal or USA Today, and you didn't have to worry about doing any marketing or having a big list or being known or any of that. If you're interested, then click this link and I'll tell you more about it. In other words, it is a offer, just dead offer, no fancy gyrations about who I am, or it's just make the offer so good that it is irresistible, and then just tell them what that irresistible offer is in the ad. Eric says, is redefining the prize a step 2? No, I don't know exactly what you mean by that, Eric, redefining the prize, but that's not what along the lines of what I was thinking as far as getting unstuck. But I could see that something like, okay, what is your goal? What is your ultimate motivation? And taking a step back and redefining that makes sense to me. I could see that as being a part of it. This is certainly not, an exhaustive list of all the things that you can do. These are the things that I think of myself, and that's been helpful to me. James says, gotcha, thanks. I'll look for the training in the archive. Yeah, it was just a few weeks ago. Joel Irway, you might even look in the Facebook group because it may be posted in there. And there were examples, and it was really good. Eric says, thank you. You are welcome. So great BSPU, Joy says. Awesome. I imagine you're stuck on something. Everybody is, right, at any given time. Nicole says, a great training from Joel. Totally. So hopefully these things will help you as they help me as well. And just to maintain the right framework, like I was supposed to do a big workshop this week. That was what my goal was, but I couldn't get it done. And so I had to take a step back. Okay. We're testing, we're trying. Now I'm just backing up my workshop, a week and a half. It's fine. I'll still do it, but I was really hoping to get it done this week. And so that kind of prompted so that what the inner thinking is in all of that prompted this training. Anyway, I hope that is helpful for you. Great to be with you as always. We will not have a BSPU call next week because I will be in Boise, Idaho at Russell's Mastermind. And I hope to be able to tell you guys more about this cool thing that Russell and I are doing together. We are working on a book, but more than one book. We're actually working on a book type offer that will be from ClickFunnels and from Bestseller Publishing. So I'm really excited about that. It was Russell's idea. Could be very, very cool. I'll keep you posted on that. At any rate, thank you. You guys are terrific. And I will talk to you. We'll be back together 2 weeks from today. Bye-bye.